Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we are plumbing the depths of something we all produce, but, well, rarely think about. Tears.
Yeah, and the sources we're diving into show they are so much more than just salt water.
So much more.
We're talking about a fluid that's this amazing piece of biological engineering, but also a vehicle for some really powerful emotional and spiritual stories.
And the first thing that really jumps out is that not all tears are the same. You've got your basal tears, just for basic lubrication, and reflex tears, like from an onion.
Right.
But the emotional tears, they are, chemically speaking, a completely different thing. That's where the real story is.
It's the difference between just keeping your eyes wet and, hitting a full-body reset button.
Okay, let's talk about that reset. Everyone knows about the feeling of a good cry. Our sources talk a lot about catharsis. So what is actually happening physically that makes us feel better?
Well, this is the core of it. Emotional tears carry chemicals that the other two types just don't, or at least not in the same concentrations.
Like,
the big one is a hormone called ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone. It's a key part of your body's stress response.
so you're literally crying out your stress.
You're physically ejecting these compounds. It's a mechanism to lower your body's overall stress load.
But wait, is it the chemicals leaving that provides the relief? Or is it the act of crying itself? I mean, if I cry but try to hold it back, do I lose the benefit?
That is a fantastic question because it's both. The chemical release is one half. The other is a compound in emotional tears called leucine and enkephalin.
That is.
It's an endogenous opioid. Basically, it's your body's own natural painkiller. So as you cry, you're also getting this small dose of relief.
Wow.
And that physical act of weeping, the sobbing, it triggers the parasympathetic nervous system. It shifts you out of that high alert fight or flight state and forces your body back into balance.
That is incredible. The whole system is so integrated. But let's talk about the mechanics of it.
Yeah.
The sheer volume difference is staggering.
Oh, yeah.
Basal tears are just tiny, maybe 0.5 to 2.2 microliters a minute. But a reflex tear from chopping onions can scale up 100-fold to 300 microliters.
The engineering is amazing. But emotional tears have another design feature. They're actually more viscous, thicker, because of a higher protein content.
And why would that matter?
It makes them cling to your face and roll down your cheeks more slowly.
So they're more visible.
Exactly. It's a nonverbal signal. It's like a white flag that communicates vulnerability and solicits care from others. It's a powerful bonding tool.
Which brings us to what they look like. I was floored by the work of photographer Rosalind Fisher, who looked at dried tears under a microscope.
Tear ferning. Yes, it's just beautiful science.
The structures are completely different, aren't they?
Radically different. Tears of grief look almost like a shattered landscape, jagged and chaotic. But tears from an onion, they form these neat, geometric, orderly crystals.
And this isn't just a fun fact. This has clinical applications.
Absolutely. Doctors use tear ferning tests to assess dry eye disease. The patterns, the structure, tell them about the health and chemical balance of the tear film.
Let's shift gears for a second to the historical side. There's this romantic idea of the tear bottle, the lacrimatory.
The myth of mourners in ancient Rome collecting their tears in a vial.
Right.
Yeah, that's been largely debunked. Resin analysis shows those little glass bottles actually held perfumes and oils for funeral rites, not tears.
But the spiritual idea behind it, the value of a tear, that part is very real in our source material.
Very real. You see it in Psalm 56, where the writer, David, says that God collects his tears in a bottle. In that desert culture, water was life. So to treat tears like precious water, it suggests this incredible divine empathy.
It reminds me of the story in Luke of the woman who washes Jesus' feet with her tears. They become a medium for this act of worship.
In every context, from biology to theology, the tear is validated. The system is both a defense mechanism full of antimicrobials like lysozyme to protect your cornea, and this really profound release valve for our inner world.
So after all this, what's the one thing we should walk away with?
I think it's that every tear is a kind of biological fingerprint of the moment it was shed. It's a bridge between our internal struggle and our relief. And that leads to a really interesting question for you to think about.
Which is?
Given that tears of joy and grief look so vastly different under a microscope, what specific chemical fingerprint is your emotional state producing right now?